Hello commanders and everyone! As Jack Ryan once said, I can go to Yemen, I'm an analyst. Okay, I know that's an inaccurate quote, but this way it fits better into my narrative. If you want to become a galactically infamous gunslinger, grind your mercenary rank all the way to elite. You need to find a small single building at Yemen. You need to find Jack Ryan's Season 1 Yemen. That's what Commander Scrotium's Guide to Mass Murder Combat Bonds Guide to Mass Combat Bonds calls for. We are talking about grinding an elite rank here. That takes time and you want to be as efficient as possible. Now in most games I would now talk about one or few places, how to get there, etc. But this is Elite Dangerous, and indeed one of the most unique aspects of Elite is its vast and dynamic galaxy. There is no shortage of wars among the tens of thousands of populated systems, but each war lasts only a week, so where is the next hotspot? Now that does take an analyst to figure out. Let's see what our Pentagon guys are up to. Let me start with the basics of Elite Journal and data gathering. When you play Elite, it writes various updates about what is happening in-game to journal files in your user folder. The player community has developed tools such as Elite Dangerous Market Connector that scan the file and send updates to the community-run data network. In turn, community database servers such as EDSM, Inara or Sponge listen to the data network and update their databases. Some of those then provide database dumps to be downloaded for other tools. Well, that's an ecosystem if I have ever seen one. The Elite Journal includes all kinds of information about settlements, so our aspiring Jack Ryan can just look up the settlement type, right? No, that will be too easy. The journal does tell us the settlement economy type and landing pad configuration, but the specific layout and size are not provided. But thanks to the exploits of Commander Quizengine, we know there are only 28 potential settlement layouts, and they have only so many economy and landing pad configurations. As a result, I can narrow down settlement type to one or two possibilities. Furthermore, when there are two possibilities, they often differ in settlement size, so you can manually distinguish them by looking up the settlement size in-game. You just need to reveal it in your map. It would be nice if all the search logic was implemented by a tool, so I made one. Now let's go to Yemen. I'll just select a high-tech, small, single building. This also selects the tiny layout because it has the same landing pad configuration. And I will also select the conflict zone condition and require a frontline solutions within 20,000 light seconds. I won't really get much better results with a larger limit, but it would take me much longer to check a system where frontline solutions are very far away, so I think this is a good trade-off. My tool is based on nightly data dumps, so it's important to check EDSM or Sponge whether the conditions have changed. As always, even those databases are not real-time accurate. Somebody has to fly to the system in question and upload updates, but that's just life in Elite. Now I will travel to one of the Warzone systems. If I don't have the system mapped out yet, I will just use the nav beacon and then travel to the nearest frontline solutions base, as reported by the tool. The mildly infuriating part here is that we need to filter settlements by size and conflict zone intensity. And we can't see that in a single place. So I'll just write down the ones with the correct size digitally for your benefit. Normally I would use paper. So out of the 8 candidate systems, 5 turned out to be the coveted single building layout, but unfortunately none of them is a high intensity conflict zone. That means I have to try another system. In my case, the war was already over in the second system, as indicated by the more fresh data in Sponge's database, and it just ended in the third one, but the factions were still shown in state of war in-game. But there were no conflict zones and the local news had declared a winner. The fourth system was the charm. As you can see, I'm already channeling my inner Star-Lord. Actually, that's dual rocket launchers, so I guess it's my inner Rocket Raccoon. Pro tip, bring a ship with multiple SRVs. If you die, you usually lose the SRV due to exceeding the max distance during the respawn landing sequence. Having spares on your ship means you can just call your ship and deploy another one. Pillage usually follows after a battle, but this is elite. There is no pillage after a battle. But you probably want to pillage on food, materials and data to prepare yourself for a war. The most promising approach is to take advantage of reactivation and restoration missions. These send you to a settlement, provide you with level 3 access, and the place is abandoned, no guards. Occasionally the game may spawn a wave of hostiles, looters just like you, so be ready for limited competition. Inara already features the restoration/reactivation mission search, but my tool lets you select specific settlement layout. Personally, I farmed the tourism small settlement with a bridge quite a bit. I was looking for data and it has a lot of data terminals and a convenient layout. My approach to this layout is to energize the door to the power plant, insert the regulator to power up everything for easy access, loot most of the place, then initiate power down and then finish the looting so that I make it to the power plant just as the power goes out. Peak efficiency. Yank that power regulator again, this way the mission is not completed and I keep the regulator, so I can just leave and reset the settlement. The correct faction state and the presence of a settlement does not guarantee that a terminal will offer you the right restore or reactivate mission. You might have to wait for refreshes or even check multiple terminals. You can check settlement terminals too, but the settlement needs to be owned by the target faction, which means it is depowered. But if you power up a terminal, it will still offer missions. Just don't get jumped by scavengers. Mission generation is finicky. The faction states may result in a lot of other missions being generated and choking out restore and reactivation missions. In that case, you may want to check another system. That's all I have. Please consider clicking the engagement buttons and fly safe!